everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to dive into our reading for the week. Now, we have a lot of things going on because the retrograde started, and that's going to affect some of us a lot. Some people maybe not as much, so we're going to take a look at that. We're also going to see what the 1111 portals that's coming up may be doing for us. And there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of solar flares and other things that are going on in the universe that could be impacting us. You may have felt it last week. I fell and injured my hand, so I'm shuffling slowly here. But we're going to dive in and see what our guidance is for us. And this is for everyone collectively. I'm going to post some short clips later for each signs. The message I got before I got on here was to lean into discomfort. And specifically, they're telling us, our guides, that there will be moments in time where all you will want to do is crawl and hide under something. But the moments your soul chose to grow come when you least expect it. And the soul knows this. So if you have been feeling some discomfort and wondering, why is this happening to me? It's because you chose this on your soul path. So we're going to combine two decks here together. We're going to look at some grace cards and some angel cards, because that's what I heard, and see what happens. Let's see what our guides want to tell us. I hear this in my head while I'm shuffling. Some of you really need to relax. This could be a message for me too. Some of you need to relax. This is a good time period to rest and sit still, which I think is very troublesome for some of us who are listening in the collective. And you don't have to go it alone. I hear that too. If you've just been, on your own trying to get a bunch of stuff done, invite partners where you can, right? Invite partnerships where you feel you can. And I hear a bunch of messages for us. So we'll dive in the first one. The first one is from the Archangel Uriel. Again, I could always be saying everything wrong. You know that, right? I grew up around non-English speakers, so I don't know what I'm doing. Here is our message for this one. Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and your mind. I have had this conversation, I don't know if I posted it here, but I've had it with friends. Some of us are softening. We are softening. And the softening process, or soul ascension, whatever you want to call it, I call it softening. Sometimes it's emotional, it's difficult, it's all this yin energy, and it can feel, it can give us the feelings. And sometimes we have been holding on to anger, and it's been hard for us to forgive people, and we haven't come to a place where we've let that go. And I think for some of us, it's because these are deep cuts. These are not shallow or surface level things. And for some of us, it's difficult to have a forgiveness plan in place because the same people have repetitively done the same thing. And so it becomes hard to give forgiveness, right? So our message here is not only to try to let go and release anger, but to soften ourselves as much as we can. So what does that mean, right? Allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, allowing ourselves to feel through all of the feelings, not suppressing anything, really letting them rise. Now, might you feel angry sometimes? Yes, especially if you're somebody who represses anger. And it might be a hard emotion for you to go through. I think that this upcoming week and a half, maybe even a month, I hear, is going to be an emotional time period for us. So do be prepared, to really, wonder, like, why am I all over the place? I think a lot of feelings and emotions are going to be coming up. Just recognize them. Recognize these feelings when they're coming up. Now, our next card is Illumination. Illumination. Believe in the power of grace. When we least expect it, a new door will open, and the light of grace will illuminate our next step. So I think for many of us, we can't see the path. We don't know. We don't know what we're doing. Some of us, we don't know where we're going. We just want to move someplace better, or, we want it to be calmer. We want it to have more abundance, all of these types of things. And it doesn't look like a clear path, I think. And so sometimes it's very difficult, especially for those of us who have a lot of stuck energy. Right? I feel like some of us have a lot of stuck energy. We probably feel like we're stuck in our jobs, our relationships, our neighborhoods, maybe, and we're not sure. We don't see like a logical path forward. And so, we're left thinking, well, how am I going to get through this? This is where your guides are asking you to lean into that wonder. And if you haven't had wonder for a long time, see if you can tap into that. I feel that for some of you, you really struggled with feeling like, well, this is it. There isn't anything else to feel wonder about. But there is wonder out there. And so you're asked to believe in the power of grace. And again, what is that? What does that mean, right? People say that, give yourself grace. What does that mean for you? I think that when I think of giving yourself grace, allowing yourself to understand that you made decisions in the past or before with the best information that you had. It cut yourself a break. If that was the best that you could do, doesn't mean that you always acted correctly, or maybe you would have done things differently. But to rue about it all the time is to not allow yourself to have grace, because that's not going to help you move forward. And this is true for other folks too. To allow grace for other folks, knowing that they also were just working with the best information that they had, or maybe they were in a cycle in life and this was the best that they could do also. So consider those things. Now this next card is intriguing that we got. Beauty. And what do they want us to know about beauty? Surround yourself with simple pleasures. Beauty is the language of the divine. What are they trying to tell us here? What I hear in my head is they say, be careful of false beauty, right? So they're talking about the true beauty that is dwelling deep within all of us, and letting that shine, and letting that be exposed, as it were. Like they're telling me, don't hide yourself. Don't hide yourself away. And of course, they are deeply talking about inner beauty, and nothing shallow, nothing surface, no strange social media stuff. They're talking about the real stuff and tapping into yourself. I'm going to read further to see why that's an important message for us to have today. Now, also, our other message is to have honor. Care for your soul. Honor the divinity within you by practicing extreme self-care. Okay, now we could see that these cards are connected. Have you not been taking care of yourself? I think for some of you, you've been on the run, you've been on the go. It's been hard for you to relax, and you haven't been practicing good self-care. And I say this repetitively, and I shall say it again. You must stop to take care of yourself. And this is hard. It's hard for me to do too. So it's hard to spend some time when you have been always taking care of other people. And for those who are listening, I think that you're people who are always taking care of other people, either in your family, your friends, your neighbors, your community, your jobs, but you're that person who is taking care of other people. And I think that brings you joy, actually, in helping people. But this is a good time for you to take some moments of respite and to think about how you can also uplift and care for yourself, because I think that you are a little bit removed from the practice of self-care, and your guides would like you to do a little bit more of that for yourself. It will help you. Okay, and our other message is from the angel Crystal. Have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. Now that is directly connected to this illumination card, and right, these cards are connected together, right? So we don't know exactly everything. This is very difficult. It's difficult for all of us. It's difficult for me. I want to control everything. I want to know exactly what's going to happen, right? But I can't, and neither can you. And so if you are if you feel like you're ruminating on a thought, you're ruminating on a decision, you feel scared, you feel afraid, these are natural emotions to have. But you have to tap into your angel guides, your spirit guides, your people that are there with you, and trust. This is a moment of extreme faith where you trust that the choices that you're making, that you will be protected, that you will be safe, that you will be held in their arms. And they want you to know that. I hope that that gives you comfort so that you could move forward. Again, we can't see the outcome. It's so hard for those of us who run controlling, which is this me. It's so hard when we can't discern every little bit, but that's just not the way. It isn't. It's just not the way. And that is where true faith comes from. It's just from, we don't know. And that's where, I'm in my head often, but, and you may be too, but I just let go and think about, okay, well, I got to go with what my guides are telling me here. Okay. Now I want to pull us one more card, and then we're going to get into our goddess deck, because I heard that wanted to come forward and that there was a goddess who wanted to share a message. Again, I told you it's a very emotional time. I'm feeling a lot of yin energy. You might be feeling that too. I am shuffling extremely slow because I'm pretty sure my left hand is fractured from a fall I took. It's the joy of being a dog mom because I fell playing with dogs. Okay. And so you have been waiting for a sign. For those of you who have been waiting for a sign, this is the anticipation card. Expect the best. The world is working in your favor. If you have been waiting for a sign, this is your sign that it's going to be okay. This is going to be okay. Yeah. So I think some of you have been waiting for a message or a clear message, or you've asked, like, please send me something, send me something in a dream or when I'm praying or whatnot. Maybe you doubted, you've heard the message, and you've doubted it. So this is a confirmation that what you have been hoping for, a good outcome, is coming your way. It's going to be here, right? Okay. So now we're going to look at our goddess deck and see what our goddess wants to tell us. We'll see who comes out. Okay. And it's the moon, Mama Kila. Mama Kila? I don't know. I'll look it up in the book. Mama Kila. And we'll see what message she has for us and what she's typically the goddess of. I'm not familiar with her. I don't think I've ever communicated with her. This will be new. Oh, she's the Incan goddess of the moon and presides over the power of the cycles and the seasons. Well, that's a good person to have in our favor now. And she is inviting us to see what is familiar and decide whether you need to improve on it or leave things as they are. The answer to your inquiry can be found in the timing of things and the cycles that you're in. You can apply the idea of natural cycles to relationships, creative projects, personal growth, and more. If you're honest with yourself, you will see there is no way to control these cycles, only to use the creative energy they offer to help you. If your relationship is unclear yet brimming with potentials, you might turn to the new moon energy that shows up in the spring cycle of life. In that case, you just need to allow the relationship to grow naturally. Be clear with your intentions. So this message is about syncing ourselves to the natural flow of life and things. As some of us are not doing that because we want to control stuff. We're like, no, I'm going to do it now. And we have to tap into things. This is best seen if you live somewhere where there are seasons, right? Like where I am. It is getting cold. I hope. I want it to get cold. That's part of, for me, going to the dark winter. Yes, I don't like having as much daylight, but I like the cold season because that like naturally forces me to be slower. I don't do gardening in the winter. I'm a gardener. So it gives me rest, and that recharges me for the next season. So I could keep going and going and going, but I feel that is not in flow with the cycle of things. This is true also if you are somebody who is having an illness, right? I got an illness. I'm injured. I have a surgery. If coming up, you've got to take a moment when, well, this is my season to not be active. This is my season to just be inside the house or to be slow, knowing that it's just a season and it's okay. Now let's see what else Mama Killa wants to tell us. she says, so this sounds dark and ominous, but I don't think it's meant that way. She says, be careful what you wish for because it will come to fruition. So be mindful with your intentions and be cautious of the words that you are speaking. Be clear with the words and with so if you are speaking something that's not so great or positive, be cautious because you don't want that to come to fulfillment for you. So be cautious with when you are speaking things into, because you're breathing, your energy is breathing things to life through the intention. Does that make sense? That's what she's telling me. Let's see what else she wants to tell us. She says that if you have felt like everyone, like people are against you or like everyone isn't in your favor, and maybe this is coworkers, this could be family, friends, whatever, but that's okay. You don't need to focus on them because that relationship is also a cycle and it's going to ebb and flow. And the message here really is to ebb and flow with the cycles, knowing that some things are out of your control. And if you tap into like that things are just happening for a season, then you can be okay. This is hard right now, right? Because I feel like people are trying to make us change our seasons, right? You see this in like consumerism where like, did you all see like Halloween stuff was out in like, I don't know, like late June? That's ludicrous. Now I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday, obviously. But it killed the joy a little bit because that's too early to have Halloween stuff out. And then you saw Halloween stuff forever. And then when Halloween was actually here, I felt less joy than I normally do at my favorite holiday. And so, right. And then right away, all this like tons of Christmas stuff was out. Right. And again, it's like, okay, maybe you're someone who loves Christmas, but seeing the Christmas stuff months before the Christmas, when you normally put up your fun stuff, it just like, it's it diminishes the joy. Right. And you probably felt that. I think a lot of us felt that, like, enough with this nonsense. And you're not in the right flow. You're not in the right cycle. There is a time and a place for your Christmas decorations to go up. It is not in September. People had Christmas decorations up before Halloween happened. No. You're against the natural flow. And I think that is the message from here. I mean, obviously, apply that to you, not just Christmas decorations. Although people are getting nuts with the Christmas decorations. Come on now. Let us pull a final card that I hope will help you for the portal. Something for you to think about during the 11/11 portal that is coming up. And that'll be for all of us in all signs. And that is usually a really good time to manifest things and to work on your own personal power. That card, there's something jumped out at us. So we're going to use that one. If I could use my hand to pick it up. And that is the angel Isabella. Isabella says, yes, the timing is right for this new adventure. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. Okay, so those of you who are listening who needed confirmation that this is a good time for you to do whatever it is that you are going to do, this is your sign, because that is double confirmation from the other card that we got before too, which was anticipation. This is a good time. So if you have been waiting for a sign, you're not sure how things are going to flow, things are going in your favor. You will have a happy outcome. Again, your overall guidance, pay attention to the flow. If people are trying to get you out of your flow, you don't need boundaries. You don't need to tap into that. So just because somebody else is in some kind of heightened state of rush and they're going against the flow, that doesn't mean you don't need to dive in to the deep end with them, right? You can say, you know what, I'm over here, calm, I'm following my own flow and cycle. And again, if you're someone who's affected by the moon cycles in particular, think about when you're planning things and events. I'm very connected to the moon cycle, as is my paparoo, my older paparoo, and she goes berserkers on like the full moon. So I try to plan accordingly. You may think about doing the same thing too, especially if you've noticed a cycle, like, oh, you know what? Like on the new moon, I get a migraine every new moon, right? So I just plan it. I have it in a calendar. I usually don't plan to do stuff because I know it's going to happen. So think about the moon cycle. And if you're someone who's affected by that, especially if you have a lot of emotional yin female energy, again, that goes for any, male, female, or whatever, however you identify, it doesn't matter. That's just an energy that we all have. We all have yin and yang, right? Okay, that is your overall reading for the week. I hope that that you're having a great week, right? Joy to you all. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing and liking this and sharing it with someone. If not, I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.